November 2023, my team and I launched a new brand that we've called Lightmode. You can check it out, it's at lightmode.com. And the first product we launched in this brand was a nice, pretty looking mechanical keyboard. Then, a few weeks ago, my worst fears about this keyboard came true. And a chap who specializes in reviewing mechanical keyboards on the internet made a video about the keyboard and absolutely tore it to shreds.
I would really hope that the YouTuber would do more for you than make a tech product.
Actually, if the objective is to learn and not to earn and to build a brand that actually has good products, what I wish I'd done is A, reach out to all of the mechanical keyboard reviewers on YouTube and be like, hey, would love some feedback from you guys. Happy to pay for your time for your expert opinion to review this thing offline so that we can improve the product. That I wish I'd done that. And we're going to do that if we ever launch a keyboard again, ever again. And number two, what I wish I'd done is done more user testing for normal people.
Well, rest assured that this mistake is a common one. There are plenty of companies, especially with first round products, that create something but do not get feedback from the user. So you're not alone in that regard. Hey Ali, I watched your video and I was thrilled to hear that you are thinking about doing user testing to make a better product that will satisfy your audience. I think that's an excellent idea. And it actually inspired me to create my own video in response to you, but also to walk others through how I would design a user research study for a product like this. First, if you want to just hear my advice and leave, totally understand, this was what I would do. Number one, conduct a one-on-one usability study and have an independent researcher or agency conduct it for you. Two, choose a consistent metric that can represent productivity for everyday users. For my example that we'll talk about in a little bit, I picked words per minute. And three, ensure to include qualitative insights as well, just to provide overall context of the user's experience with your product. If that's all you came for, goodbye, no hard feelings. But now I'm going to walk through each one a little bit, just to give a little bit more detail of what I would suggest for this type of study. So firstly, why should you listen to me? First, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Emerald. I am a UX researcher, designer, and digital accessibility specialist. And I have been conducting user research since 2016. I have a freelance UX business where I specialize in user research, both for physical and digital products. Let's dive into how I would design your user testing study. Number one, I would recommend a one-on-one usability study and have an independent research agency or researcher do it. You indirectly mentioned this in your video where you said that you wish that you could have easily had a meetup in London and have regular common people come in person and have the user study have the keyboards in a separate room and say, hey, I actually have some keyboards here, would love for you to just pop in there and give me your feedback. Unfortunately, this would create some internal bias within the study because your test subjects will know it's connected to you. And your viewers will be more reluctant to give you actual, honest feedback and actually give you something productive to work with. Another way of doing this is to do this completely aside, away from your business, and having a researcher, freelance, or actual agency do this study for you and have an independent person not connected to the business in any way conduct this type of study. Because with that, then the person will feel more comfortable to give honest feedback. Because if you do have someone from your business represent and just have the keyboards in a room, then they probably won't want to hurt your feelings because you inspire them and they don't want to say too much. But if someone independent is doing it, then they can be more honest with you. And that's what you really want at the end of the day. So what I recommend is a double-blind usability study. And by double-blind, I mean participants don't know what they are getting and the researcher doesn't know what they're giving to the participants. I will ask them to complete a typing test first with their daily device, then on your keyboard, and then on a mechanical keyboard. So let's dive in a little bit to the methodology and actually talk a little bit about how this would be carried out in the research study. So how I would start with this is to first pick my quantitative measure. And in this scenario, I would use words per minute. So I would have them first do a typing test with their day-to-day, like I said, their day-to-day device, then your keyboard, then a mechanical keyboard. And I would first, before we begin, emphasize to them this is just to really measure day-to-day productivity and not gaming. There's other ways to measure efficiency and productivity when it comes to gaming, but we're just trying to see how the common person interacts with a keyboard like this. So that's what I would tell them first. And then I would have them, like I said, do a few typing tests with their daily device to get their baseline. Then I would give them the first mechanical keyboard. Again, this is double blind, meaning if I was the researcher, I would not know which one I would be picking first. I'll first get the first keyboard, either yours or the other mechanical keyboard, have them do a few rounds of typing tests to get their average words per minute. And then after that, give them the last keyboard as well with a few typing tests. Lastly, I would get some qualitative data after all of that to give us the why. So having some qualitative data within the study is a great way just to make the data more rich and really give more support to what we're seeing in the numbers. So some of the questions, for example, that I would ask is, how much experience do you have with mechanical keyboards, of course? Which keyboard did you prefer? And then why? And then how, if at all, would you improve the keyboard that you didn't pick? And of course, it'll be probably a couple more questions. I might tweak them a little bit, but you get what I'm trying to say. These type of questions will give us context to help inform the actionable insights to help improve your product. Because at the end of the day, the user knows best. So if we ask them what they prefer and then give us some feedback, then you will create something very special after that. All right, so to recap, when conducting the user test, I'll recommend these 3 things. 1, conduct a one-on-one usability study and have an independent researcher or agency conduct it. 2, choose a consistent metric that can represent productivity for everyday users. In this scenario, I use words per minute. And 3, ensure to include qualitative insights to provide overall context of the user's experience, because both the numbers and their emotions and their thoughts and feelings will give you what you need to create the best keyboard yet. So good luck to you. I'm very confident that this is going to really set you apart from the competition, because again, you're not alone. There are a lot of companies that do not pay attention to the user's experience and just create to create. So it's for you to say publicly on your platform that you really wish you did that and you hope to do that in the future is already a step in the right direction. So as for next steps for this channel, I actually purchased the Lightmode keyboard and I'm so excited. It'll be here tomorrow and I will be trying it out and doing a little review on my channel as well. I'm not a keyboard expert at all, so I'm really going to be looking at it from the perspective of an everyday person. I work from home, I have a business, I'm typing all day. So I will definitely have some thoughts, I'm sure. So stay tuned for that. And I'm very excited for the next video. So until then, hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.